Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the crypto market recap. Let's hop into these charts, see what the story is and what it may be. And remember, if you're interested in any of the services I provide, the free callouts or the tutorings, please check out the links in the description below for both the Discord and Patreon. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche as we went long them yesterday, and so far so good. And then we'll take a look at a few other altcoins and see what we can glean from the markets and get an idea of what to expect in the coming days to the coming weeks. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin. So take a look at this. Look at this awesome jump from what? This beautiful trend line we had drawn out for feels like ages, but a couple weeks. And we even changed the color to green so we can emphasize its importance. So this is what I would call major support. It's going to be a level that's held for a while. At least one more bounce here, and we'll see if we'll get to 42K. Maybe 41.3 if we're really weak, but I'm expecting anywhere from 41.3 to 42K, and maybe a little push towards the $43,000 level. So something like this could be the top, or something right here, okay, or right here, okay. So these are the 3 points where we want to keep our eye on to where we might see things stall. But once we get to any of these 3 points, be on the lookout, because it is extremely probable that we will see some sort of curl back down to this zone. And in my opinion, this is the point when I would expect for us to break under this level, under 40,000, and make our way down to $38,000 to $39,000. All right. So I've been calling for this for many weeks. So be on the lookout. This is the most probable path. But again, it's only probabilities, no guarantees. So we're sitting long Bitcoin. We're in the money, not huge, not deep in the money, but we're in the money. And I'll be looking at these 3 zones to either take partial profits or close out the entire position. If you're in it with me, keep your eye on the Discord. You will get alerted like always. All right, so let's take a look at, and actually before we go forward to Solana, I just want to reemphasize, midterm is what? It is bearish, okay? So if you're following this channel, if you're following me, do not be fooled by what you're seeing out there. This is midterm bearish, right? Okay? Large drop from the all-time high, and we're doing what? We're making a rising pattern, a bear flag, or rising wedge, however you want to see it. It is a bearish pattern. So what can we expect? Most likely a sub 30K. All right, could be 30,000 or a little bit under to 28,000. So that is the midterm outlook I have for Bitcoin. All right, if it goes lower from there, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But keep that in mind. That is the overall structure that we're in. A midterm bearish structure that we can see going lower over time. Okay, so let's take a look at Solana. All right, so Solana, beautiful move from the resistance here at 137, now falls to a pretty nice support level at 98, which is one of the reasons why we were looking to go long there and we initiated it. So now we're sitting in profit as of right now. Very good move today. We're seeing a bit of a sell here, mostly profit taking. We'll see how the day closes. We have about 6 hours, 6.5 hours before this daily candle closes. In my opinion, what we'll likely see is another up candle towards this level here at 112 and maybe even 116. This would definitely be my target that I would want to take profit off of, but I'm not aiming for it. I've yet to decide whether I want to close completely out at 110 or if I would like to try and push for a 112 to 113 target. Again, we'll just give this time, and honestly, I may even let this ride longer if Avalanche does what I think it's in the process of doing. So just keeping our eye on Solana. We're we're comfortably in the money, in the green, and these are the levels I'm looking to see Solana hit in the short term, as high as 116 before any major rollover, or 112 to 113 before the next rollover. Okay, and remember, the next rollover may not be bearish, because what would happen if we see Solana make its move up, okay, towards right here at 112 to 113, and then start a descending price action pattern? Well, that's going to be most likely bullish to push us higher towards either breaking past 116 and towards 120, or towards this descending trend line here eventually. So, be on the lookout for how this stuff plays out, and we'll be ready. As long as you're following me, I'll make sure I'm ready. That way you'll be ready. So we'll keep our eye on this. But so far, so good with our long on Solana. Okay, and let's take a look at Avalanche. So Avalanche, I had been looking at this trend line here. Okay, Avalanche is also in a bearish pattern overall, but this is going to be fairly strong support, and so far it's proving to be. That's one of the reasons why we took the long here. But the reason why I'm more bullish on Avalanche, I see more upside. So I shouldn't say once, but if it can get past 77.30 and confirm, 78 and confirm above it, then we're likely going to see a move towards $83 to $85, which percentage wise is very nice. So if that move happens and I take profit before I take profit off Solana, I may give Solana more room to run, as that can also make a bit of a higher move beyond its short-term resistance. So we'll watch and see Avalanche, but right now, holding this support level, I do see maybe another day of up towards $82. That would be a great place to take profit. And if it should break past that, then the highest I see it going in the shorter term, the very short term, is $88. Okay, anything past that is possible, of course. Anything's possible. It's just unlikely, and that level would probably be around $90 to $92. But I'm not aiming for that. If you're aiming for that, good luck to you. You might get it, but I'm really comfortable just taking off at 82, and maybe if the price action is really strong, really, really strong, 85. All right, so we're going to sit long these positions for now. I don't foresee us being in them more than a couple days, at most maybe a week. But of course, the markets will dictate my decisions. And if you're in the trades with me, make sure to be watching the Discord for my alerts, or at least turn on the alerts so you get the alert when I notify the Discord. All right, let's take a quick look at ETH, see what's going on with Ethereum. So Ethereum, again, played out this beautiful bear flag that was clearly forming, had a beautiful sell candle, and now we're fighting at the support level around 3,000, 3,015. Again, Ethereum is going to follow Bitcoin. One of the reasons why I didn't take Ethereum is because I'd rather try and get a long down here, right? So the risk reward is much better down here than here. Because even if Bitcoin shows the impulse higher, which it is, I think I would get more bang for my buck with less risk down here rather than here. Okay, because what would I expect? The best case scenario would be this, that it comes up to here. Well, that's great. Okay, that's great, but it's more likely to not do that from there. From this minor support, it's more likely to do something like this. Okay, which is just another bearish pattern. All right, and that would coincide with what's happening with Bitcoin, Solana, and Avalanche. It's just not high enough percentage for the risk I would have to put on. So I'd rather just wait for it to possibly come lower, and then I can add on down here at major support, this major support area where you see a lot of confluence, right? You have the major ascending trend line as support, and then you have a nice horizontal trend line at 2800 as support. So that's what I like to look for, and that is my plan for Ethereum. But of course, before we make any decisions, we have to keep our eye on Bitcoin. All right, so let's take a look at Uniswap. We haven't looked at Uniswap in a long time. So Uniswap, yep, nice drop, but it's finding some buys here. It's finding a nice bids at some minor support, minor resistance at the moment, but it just couldn't get low enough. Maybe if it hit this level, I would have been interested to maybe initiating a long on it, buying it, but it just couldn't get there. It's going to follow Bitcoin, but what I'm seeing is if we close today like this or higher, expect another day higher towards the top here, maybe $10. Then I would expect some sort of exhaustion to start forming, some sort of consolidation to to either get us the fuel to go higher or to just continue the trend downwards. So, again, not really a place to take a position on Uniswap right now. Yeah, it just couldn't get enough selling down there. Let's take a look at Cardano real quick. Same story. Cardano just missed some minor support right here. So again, I would have been aiming for 0.90, 0.89, but it just couldn't get there. And that's gonna happen. That's just gonna happen. You're just gonna have to let those trades go. Let's take a look at Luna. Yeah, okay. Luna's an interesting chart. I mean, it's so, compared to the rest of the market, it's been bought up so much more in a shorter time frame. So a lot of its upside moves are going to be a little bit less volatile. It's gonna be a little bit more lethargic when it goes to the upside, because it's moved so much so quickly, especially while a lot of the market was going sideways or going down. So any longing opportunity for Luna for me would have to be at some major support. So that would have been anywhere from maybe $80. I personally wouldn't have been comfortable with it unless it came all the way back down towards the longer term trend line. But maybe $80. If it hit this level, $78 to $80. Yesterday, I may have taken long just based off how good Bitcoin was looking to go long, because it's likely that Luna would follow it at least enough to make me some money, maybe back to 85. But again, we didn't even get down to there. So, Luna's an interesting one, but Luna's more of a, at this point, just wait until the charts give you a high probability entry, and that's not right now. Let's take a quick look at Polkadot. Oh, look, Polkadot breaking through this trend line. Again, it's not really confirmed under the trend line, at least not in my book, but it's definitely at this zone of support. It would be interesting to possibly go long here, but it's also been fighting this trend line a lot in such a short amount of time that this level is definitely getting weaker, right? This level is definitely getting weaker. I'm getting more interested in $14. $14 may be a place of interest to maybe start along, but again, if Bitcoin at the time that Polkadot gets to $14 is looking like a continuation of the the trend down, then it's probably best to just let it be and leave it be and maybe grab it lower. But again, Polkadot is pretty interesting, but I think it might be more beneficial to wait. Especially now, you see it's broken under. If we start getting a little rising pattern that's below this resistance, that's very bearish. Okay, that's a high probability that what's happening here, like I always say, it's gathering the fuel to do what? To break under this support line here to go lower. So you want to watch this closely. If Polkadot can confirm back above this line, then it might get interesting if you're looking to go long it. At that point, what I would be doing is aiming for points to go short it, okay? Because even though it breaks above this line, just the amount of times in such a short period we see it fighting this level, I know it's weak. And I believe that Bitcoin in the midterm is what? Bearish. So that means the next time it breaks up and you get nice short entries, let's say 22 or either 21, like around here, well, the next time it rolls over, it's very likely to break through and we can see a nice drop towards under 17 to maybe even that $14 mark. So, the risk reward would be a lot nicer up here to short rather than try and play along if it breaks past this. All right. So let's go to the next one. Let's see MATIC. I haven't looked at Polygon in I don't know how long. See, I don't even have really anything drawn for it, but look at that. Wow. So this actually is not this would have been a great long. So this is a bit on me for not paying attention to MATIC, but this would have been a great long area. So it's at a pretty significant horizontal support. So we see that you have a bunch of pivots down here, right here, here, and now here. I mean, this is a lot of pivots. Like it goes even further back to over here. So this level here at $1.34 definitely has a lot of interest. And it's one of those levels where if I was paying attention to it, I probably would initiate a long. I don't like how much it's been testing it though. in this short period of time. So since pretty much January 25th, 24th, it's been testing it once a month. But yeah, pretty much once a month or more. So that's a little concerning. And I don't like the price action here. Though this was, descending pattern, a lower wedge, it broke down because Bitcoin did. If this pattern can engulf, this candle can engulf this candle yesterday, that gives me some confidence that we'll see a nice upswing towards at maybe $1.60 to $1.62. In my opinion, would be a great place to maybe start looking to go short. I might even wait and try and see if we can get another impulse higher past this pivot area here and get towards $1.85. But that may be a bit too much. But this isn't the worst play to go long. As long as you have conservative targets, I would say anywhere from $1.60 to $1.62 should be the highest target. I would aim for maybe $1.50 to $1.53, because you want to be careful not getting too greedy with the longs. But not the worst play. I may have gone long this if I was looking at it, but maybe I wouldn't have. This is a little concerning how much it's been testing this. Let's take a look at FTX, or FTT, I should say. This is the coin for the exchange FTX. Another one that just missed off major support. But let's see. Actually, this one broke a trend line pretty decisively so far. This is a pretty bearish setup. But what I do see happening in the short term is a small rise back towards this trend line. So if you're looking to go short this coin, you might want to aim for something around here. So anywhere from $45 to $48, just pretty much following this ascending trend line, and then targeting $40 as a level to be retaken. Yeah, because what's likely going to happen is, especially if we have a bullish impulse as we get closer towards the end of the day, you'll have the candle close around here, and then another candle, and maybe we may even have a bullish week, but you'll have something where we get very close to this level. So I would aim for $44 to $45 to begin a short possibly, and then maybe try and add on towards up here, because my expectation eventually would be that we roll over towards $40 here and then probably break under it, but that would be a great target place. There'll be a lot of demand there. Yeah. So overall the market's having a nice rebound day after a really violent drop, and we thankfully were able to capitalize on that, both being short during the drop, taking our profits, and then flipping long at a pretty strong support level. So I'm very comfortable with our position. I'm just going to keep my eye on it as the day progresses, but just to make sure, if you're following the trades, that you are keeping risking your head, controlling your risk. Just because we've been right often and our trades are working out, there will come a time. I can guarantee you that I will be wrong, that the trade won't work out, and we'll take a loss. And you just got to make sure at that time that you didn't risk so much that when we take our eventual loss, it doesn't cripple your account. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Because I do see that in the Discord, we really haven't taken a loss yet. It's been one of the best starts to the year, I would say, ever in my trading career. That's for sure. But I do know variance is a thing, guys, and I will eventually get some losses. And I just want to make sure when I do, you don't get destroyed by it. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I'm going to go over today. Also, PSA, I am planning to do some educational videos, which I'm going to make public on the Discord. So, keep your eye out for that. I'm going to go over specific indicators, not many, just specific indicators that I'm very learned on, and a few other strategies that don't have to deal with indicators specifically, but basic price action things that I think, a beginner should know, and that may help get you on the path to becoming self-sustainable over time. Okay? All right. So, everyone, make sure you enjoy your week. Be good and safe out there. And remember to be vigilant, be patient, and be nimble. Love you guys. Take care.